Hey guys, it's Broman back in Destiny to go over what is possibly the best patch you have ever seen. Now, this is the long-awaited patch to all of the exotics in the game, and while we might have someone joining our team, what we absolutely will have is nothing but fantastic weapons. So this video is dedicated to giving you a brief and quick synopsis to all of the changes, and we will go over in detail some of the changes and their usages in some other videos. So let's get down to the brass tacks. The first one, the big one, is the Thorn, which I do not have yet. I'm working on it, but I don't have it. But before we get into that, let's cover real quick what they said in the patch notes here about all of the exotics. In preparation for the Dark Below, exotic armored weapons no longer require ascendant materials to upgrade. Now, this is the change. You can use whatever you want to upgrade your exotics. The last thing that you have to do, though, is get an exotic shard as a kind of topper for what weapon you're using. Now, you might be thinking, hey, this is a little bit unfair to me. I don't understand why I need to be getting, an ascendant shard, sorry, not an ascendant shard, an exotic shard, to finish off my leveling. It's a little bit ridiculous. Well, the reason they did this is because now it is very easy if you get an exotic to let you level it up. It's very simple, and then you capstone it with the exotic shard. Now, this is how you get exotic shards. You get exotic shards by taking apart exotic equipment you don't want, or, and this is super important, you can buy it from Juju for 7 strange coins. But now that we got that out of the way, and we'll talk a little bit more about it next time, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into the buffs. All right. So, the Thorn, which we don't quite have completed yet. Projectiles now briefly highlight targets on impact. The Mark of the Devourer, dot, increases damage against PvE enemy targets, increased reload speed, increased magazine size, ammo inventory size increased, stability and weapon handling increased. The reload speed is quite a significant buff, and the magazine size is increased to 9 from 6, which is pretty great. The Bad Juju. The Bad Juju, the Bad Juju, man. The Bad Juju has been increased from a 5-round burst to an 8-round burst. So you can shoot a total of 8 bursts with the Bad Juju, and unfortunately, he's not hanging around in our vault, but that's fine. The Hard Light, right here. The Hard Light has had its stability increased. Perfect Balance has been replaced by Fitted Stock. It increases the maximum possible stability. Right here, Fitted Stock. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. The Suros Regime. Now, this is the one weapon that received a nerf, if you want to look at it that way. Now, Suros Regime, of course, is going to have the glass half full, right? The bottom half of the magazine deals bonus damage. What they did is they lowered the total damage at the end of the mag on the Suros to be more in line with a glass half full buff perk on legendary auto rifles. So, instead of the last bits hitting crazy hard on the Suros, they are now going to be more in line with the bonus damage that you would get traditionally on any auto rifle that had glass half full. Next, and I like this one too, the Monte Carlo. I'm sorry for all of you Xbox folks that don't have this yet, but here is the big change. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. Now, the big change, aside from this, is stability and range is slightly decreased, but this little bonus perk gives you the chance to say maybe you're going to throw a knife, hit somebody in the head, throw a knife, miss, crap, kill them with the Monte Carlo, I got my knife back. It's a very powerful chance-based buff, and it definitely changes the way you play. I like it a lot. The Meta Multi-Tool. The Meta Multi-Tool. The rounds have increased knockback against targets in PvP and PvE, so a little bit of a bonus to knockback on this. The Hawk Moon. Oh, the Hawk Moon, baby. Again, this is just such a great buff. The Hawk Moon. The Send It perk has been replaced with this, reload speed, and as you can see, it is a substantial increase in reload speed. If you had a complaint against the Hawk Moon, it was that maybe it reloaded slow. With this perk, it is a force to be recognized. The Red Death, another one I don't have. Rate of fire is increased slightly, but burst damage is reduced to compensate. We have the Plan C's bonus. Weapon handling speed increased, and player speed is increased while Plan C is in hand, as opposed to being increased all of the time. I would assume, which was the broken bit, all of the business. All right. The Pocket Infinity. Oh, the Pocket Infinity. The magazine capacity has been increased to 5. Craigasm! And the reload speed, obviously, the reload speed perk has been replaced with extended mag, giving it a magazine size of 5. Also, and this is something that's been reported by people who are playing with it, for some reason, it is firing crazy and fast. It is charging and firing incredibly fast. So, there are some people who say you don't really need the Plant C anymore. I like that. The Vex Mythoclast. Oh, baby. The creme de la creme of the buffs, right? We've been waiting for this one. The Vex Mythoclast has had its damage increased from 300 to 323. The only weapon in the game with an attack rating above 300 right now. The base damage has been increased, fixing a bug they introduced in the previous patch. Also, instead of enhanced battery, we now have extended mag, which does not give you the insane 50-plus clip size, but gives you a nice 35. And you, of course, can play around with Send It and things like that. And it is great. The Invective. Oh, baby. The Invective. Now, if you're used to playing with the Invective, you will notice a reload speed. It is a significant reload speed increase. And if you have something like Surge or Chain of Woe going on, it is like laser fast with the reload. It is very good. The Icebreaker. The Icebreaker. Send It upgrade has been replaced by Lightweight. So since the Icebreaker already had maximum range, they removed that perk and replaced it with Lightweight. So now you can get a little bit faster with the Icebreaker. I think that's a good change. And there is new visual effects for when you kill enemies with the Icebreaker. The Patience and Time. The Patience and Time. Snapshots upgrade has been replaced with custom optics. The reason they did this is to kind of give you a low zoom scope instead of always being hyper focused. The super good advice. Now, and I can't say this enough about the super good advice. The stability has been increased a lot. A lot. You can take it on base here and actually be able to use the gun. And of course, the truth, the mag size has been increased from 1, or I think that's a typo, 2, to 3 when you upgrade it. Now, another thing that is of note is that all exotic weapons have received a base damage increase. You can see this right here with the super good advice. The base attack is 274 to set them apart from legendaries right at the beginning. That is good. I like having a higher base attack here because when you get to something exotic, it feels special right away. Not like it's worse than whatever legendary you were using previous to that. And that is all, guys. Those are the big changes on all of the weapons for this patch. Now, I know you probably have a lot of questions. There is definitely a whole lot of other things that changed. The economy and the tower has changed. There's a lot of different really, really great stuff, but we're going to get into that next time. I'll probably put out the video about the changes in the economy and how to farm out materials and things like that tomorrow. But for now, I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and do not forget that I fucking love each and every one of you. And I will see you next time right here on the 1.1 version of Destiny.